When it comes to building materials, glass blocks are clearly a classic. In the 1920s and 30s, they were a cornerstone of the Art Deco style of architecture. Today, glass blocks are still popular for creating walls, windows, and stunning design features. A stylish way to build a privacy barrier that still lets in light. Glass blocks aren't just decorative. They insulate from heat, cold, and noise. Production begins with just 4 ingredients: recycled glass pieces called cullet, sand, soda ash, and limestone. A computerized system portions out each one and feeds them into a melter. This giant furnace heats the batch of ingredients to a fiery 2,700 degrees, transforming them into molten glass. The melter pumps out enough molten glass to make 1/2 block at a time. Automated shears slice just the right amount. The gob of glass then slides into a waiting mold. A plunger pushes the gob down, spreading glass throughout the mold cavity. Its waffled surface imprints that pattern into the glass. A blast of ambient air cools down the molten glass drastically, from 1,800 degrees to 1,100 in just a few seconds. This way they don't lose their shape when a retractable arm extracts them from the mold and lays them on a conveyor belt leading into a sealing machine. This is where 2 half blocks join together to form a full block. Entering the machine, each piece passes over a series of burners that keep the glass temperature constant. Sudden cooling could crack or shatter the glass. The machine then slowly reheats the half blocks until their edges start melting. Next, they enter the part of the machine called the squeeze station. Here, an automated press forces a top half and bottom half together. Their melted edges fuse, forming a single block. The blocks now travel into a layer, an oven that cools the glass at regulated temperatures over several hours. This annealing process prevents cracking and allows the glass time to set properly. The glass goes in at about 1,800 degrees. Coming out, it's down to 175. The blocks are now ready for inspection. Workers use digital alignment gauges to make sure both halves are flush. Then, they run a straight piece of steel along the block's surface to check for any distortion. Every block must meet precise standards for both size and shape. A 7.5-inch square that's 4 inches thick. Building with glass blocks is similar to building with bricks. You use mortar to stick them together. To prep the blocks for mortaring, workers now place each one onto a separate station. As it spins, nozzles spray the edges with liquid vinyl. This coating will help the mortar stick to the glass surface. Just one last step. An inkjet printer applies the product code along with the manufacturing date and time. The quality control department runs samples through an impact test. A worker drops a weight through a tube onto the side of the block. This verifies the strength of the sidewall and the seal between the two halves. Finally, the glass blocks are ready for shipping. Workers pack them into cardboard boxes that have block-sized sections to keep them safe during transport. Glass blocks come in so many shapes, sizes, and patterns that the design possibilities are endless. Both practical and beautiful, it's no wonder they're so popular with builders and decorators alike.